this plane which has come back from Jamaica and had 218 Indians on board. So if you can share more details.
Okay. Yeshi?
Yeshi Seli from the New Indian Express. Was there any talk of the last batch coming of Indian military men coming back from Maldives? And Dr. Jaishankar talked about reviewing all dimensions of the bilateral. What does that imply? Will there be a rethink on certain projects that India is doing over there or whatever? And also any update on the 16 sailors when they're coming back from Iran?
John?
John Reed from the FT. I wanted to ask about the Commission of Inquiry about the Khalistani alleged killing in the U.S. And I was wondering whether and indeed when it was going to report back to the public, or will these findings be kept private? And when will we be briefed on that? Thank you.
Pranay?
प्रणय उपाध्याय जी न्यूज़ से। सर मेरा सवाल कनाडा में जो 3 भारतीय गिरफ्तार किए गए हैं और उनको जो भी आरोप लगाए गए हैं, क्या भारत ने काउंसलर एक्सेस मांगा है इन तीनों के लिए, और अभी तक कनाडा सरकार के साथ क्या कोई ऑफिशियल इस मामले में बात हुई है?
Siddhant?
Sir, Siddhant from Beyond. Sir, related question to Pranay. Sir, when it comes to Canada, we saw the comments by the foreign minister saying that she stands by the allegations. Have the Canadian side provided any evidence so far?
Okay. Let me first go over these questions. Uma, your question was regarding EM's meeting with the Foreign Minister of Maldives. The Foreign Minister of Maldives, as you know, he's here in town. Some time back, we had released remarks of External Affairs Minister, which is there on our website. I will ask you to please refer to those as well. Both leaders discussed all aspects of the relationship. They also discussed regional issues, regional security issues. They also went over development cooperation program and cooperation that happens between India and Maldives. EM, as you must have seen his remarks, he noted that as close and proximate neighbors, the development of India-Maldives ties was based on mutual interest and reciprocal sensitivity. He further noted that as far as India was concerned, these were articulated in terms of our neighborhood first and Sagar vision. We also looked at several other issues that form part of our overall engagement: capacity building, training, security issues that on which we work together, and disaster relief. In many cases, India has been the first responder for Maldives. All those, the entire gamut of relationship was discussed when the two foreign ministers met this afternoon here in New Delhi. Your question regarding the plane in Jamaica, we are given to understand that a plane from Dubai landed, a chartered flight from Dubai landed in Jamaica, Kingston. There were several Indians on board. They had prior travel bookings. They also had prior hotel bookings, but the local authorities were not satisfied with them as tourists, and therefore, after a few days, after due formalities being done, they decided that they returned to their point of origin, which is Dubai, and then they were sent back to Dubai on 7th May. So that is where we are. Ishi, your question regarding last batch of personnel in Maldives. So, both Maldives and India, they have been engaged for quite some time to see how best they can continue the operation of the aviation platforms. And in that regard, you've seen developments that the first and second batch of our people who were providing support there, they had come back. And now what I can confirm to you is that the deputation of the competent Indian technical personnel has taken place. So that is where we are. And these platforms, as you know, they are provide medvac services and humanitarian services to the people of Maldives. On 16 sailors who are there on the ship in Iran, we had made it very clear also that their coming back depends on their contractual obligations, and once those contractual obligations are taken care of, it is for them to decide, because the contractual obligation is between them and the company. Then and the captain is in charge. But we are in touch with Iranian government to take things forward to get them released as early as possible.
Have they been replaced by civilians? Can we get any clarification on that? Because when the first batch...
Yes, we had already said that we have replaced them with technical personnel from our side. Technical people who can operate those aviation platforms. They have been sent there and they will take care of the services. John, your question regarding high-level committee. This question has been asked in this presser several times. High-level committee was constituted some time back to look into all the security concerns that were shared, and we take those security concerns very seriously ourselves. For it impinges our own national security. The high-level committee continues to work, and as and when we are ready to share more information, we'll do that with you and with several of our friends who've asked this question before. प्रणय, आपका सवाल 3 भारतीय को लेकर था। जैसा कि आपको ज्ञात है, सब लोगों को यहाँ संज्ञान है कि 3 भारतीय को हिरासत में लिया गया है निज्जर के मामले में। हम लोगों को भी बताया गया इसके बारे में। हालांकि इसके बारे में कोई फॉर्मल औपचारिक रूप राजनयिक कम्युनिकेशन हमारे पास नहीं आया है, लेकिन हमको बताया गया है कि ये 3 लोगों को हिरासत में लिया गया है इस मामले में। जहां तक कॉन्सुलर एक्सेस की आपने बात की, अलग अलग देशों में अलग अलग प्रावधान होता है। तो कई एक देशों में ऐसा प्रावधान है कि अगर कॉन्सुलर एक्सेस जिसको हिरासत में लिया गया है अगर वो ना मांगे तो फिर वहां की सरकार हमको ये बात, मतलब ये रिक्वेस्ट हमारे तक नहीं लाती है। सुओ मोटो नहीं होता है कि आपने वहां के नागरिक, किसी देश के नागरिक को हिरासत में लिया और उस देश के को आप कॉन्सुलर एक्सेस दे दें।
Informed us. Is that an official channel information? Can we say that Canada has informed us about the arrest? I mean, I'm just...
Canada has informed us about the arrest.
We can say that Canada has informed
yeah.
India.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
What happens is in consulates in different countries, there are different norms. In certain countries, if a person, say a national of a particular country, if he has been apprehended, then it is for that national to make a request that please give consular access to my embassy, and thereafter it is granted.
All 3 are Canadian nationals?
Beyond that, we don't have any information. As I told you, that we have been informed that 3 people have been arrested and they happen to be Indian national. That is what we have been told. Siddhant, your question was regarding whether any evidence has been shared with us. So let me first make it clear that no specific or relevant evidence or information has been shared by the Canadian authorities in regard to this particular matter till date with us. You will therefore understand our view that the matter is being prejudged when people say X or Y. Obviously, there are political interests at work. We have long maintained that separatists, extremists, and those advocating violence have been given political space in Canada. Our diplomats have been threatened with impunity and obstructed in their performance of duties. We've also pointed out to the Canadian authorities that figures associated with organized crime with links in India have been allowed entry and residency. Many of our extradition requests are pending with them. We are having discussions at the diplomatic level on all these matters with the Canadian side. Can we go ahead now? One here.
So this is R&AW, Foreign Secretary Katra, so is in Dhaka. So during his visit ahead of Prime Minister's tentative visit, is there any announcement or update on security on the Chicken's Neck corridor adjoining Siliguri's area? Also, Bangladesh is also increasing its interest in Indo-Pacific. They released IPO. So in the front of this, the water sharing as well as an IPO or border killing, is there some announcement there? Thank you, sir.
Rishabh?
So earlier today we heard a spokesperson from Russian Foreign Ministry saying and accusing West of interfering in Indian elections, specifically when it comes to the alleged plot to kill Panun case, or for that matter, the way Canada has been accusing India. Any comment on that?
Elena?
Good afternoon, Elena, TASS News Agency. There were reports from Indian colleagues in Indian newspaper, at least in one, on the issue which was discussed for, I guess, more than a year, including by our foreign ministers, Russian and Indian one. It is said that the problem with these billions of rupees which were accumulated in Indian banks is resolved, and these rupees used for investment in India. So can you confirm this report, and if it's so, on what they were spent, and is it really no longer this problem exists? Thank you.
उमा शंकर सिंह एनडीटीवी इंडिया से। मेरा सवाल ये है कि जो भी पूछा भी गया है कि भारत ने अमेरिका के आरोपों को खारिज कर दिया सिरे से, लेकिन कई वजहों से एक हाई लेवल कमेटी भी बनाई है। इस बीच में रूस की तरफ से बयान आता है कि किसी भी तरह का सबूत साझा नहीं किया गया है, तो भारत रूस के इस बयान को क्या इंडोर्स करता है?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Emerson from Central News Agency. The 77th World Health Assembly is going to take place in Geneva starting May 27 with the theme of All for Health, Health for All. Taiwan has been kept out of the WHO for many years, even as an observer due to political factors. And this year, Taiwan is again appealing for international support for its participation as an observer. May I know India's position on this? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Can we come back to the third round? Maitra, regarding your question, Foreign Secretary Vinay Quatra, he visited Bangladesh on 8th and 9th. During the visit, he had meetings with his counterpart, the Bangladeshi counterpart. In addition, he also called on the Prime Minister of Bangladesh and the Foreign Minister of Bangladesh. We have also put out a readout of the meeting. Please have a look at the document to go get more details. But to tell you that, in the meeting with the Foreign Secretary and our Foreign Secretary and the Bangladesh Foreign Secretary, the entire gamut of relationship between India and Bangladesh was discussed. We have, as you know, a very strong development partnership, a very strong economic and trade partnership. We collaborate in political areas, in security areas, in water resources, an important cooperation area as well, power, energy, defense, connectivity, and sub-regional cooperation. So all these matters were discussed in the meeting with the Foreign Minister, between the Foreign Secretaries of the two countries. Rishabh, your question regarding interference, we had made some statement or any other report that came out which made certain observations on that, and therefore I leave your question to that point. उमा शंकर जी, आपका भी सवाल का जवाब यही है कि जो हम लोग कहना था, अमेरिकी जो रिपोर्ट्स आई उन पर जो हमको टिप्पणी करना था, हमने कहा, और आप देखेंगे उसमें हमने ये बात कही है कि किसी प्रकार की कोई इन्फ्लुएंस बाहर से करना चाहे या इंटरफेयर करना चाहे, बिल्कुल सरासर गलत है और कभी हम सक्षम Elena, your question is regarding investments of the money that is here on account of the trading arrangements between Russia and India. I don't have an update for you on that, but let me come back to you with more details. These are very technical issues, but I'm sure let me come back to you on this in a few days' time. Emerson, your question regarding World Health Assembly. As far as Taiwan is concerned, India has cultural ties, scientific ties, trading ties, investment ties with Taiwan, and we want to facilitate these exchanges and take it forward. Sudhi?
So, Shudhiranjan from Bloomberg. So, just seeking a clarification, in your previous reply on Canada, you said, there is discussions, talk between the two countries going on the issues. Can you give us an understanding of the level and the format where the talks are? We've also seen Indian High Commissioner in Canada saying that there are talks going on. So what is the level of the talks? And also, sir, we understand that the joint terror mechanism between India and Canada was supposed to meet this year. Can you give us a clarity as to whether that meeting is happening?
Okay.
Sir, hello. I'm Gautam Lahiri. Sir, coming back to question on Foreign Secretary visit to Bangladesh, he has begun his visit by meeting Prime Minister first. Then he met forwarded on behalf of India, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, to visit India soon.
Okay. Pia?
Hi, Pia with the print. So I have two questions. First is on Maldives. Was debt relief discussed in the talks between External Affairs Minister Jaishankar and his Maldivian counterpart? And secondly, a report had come out today claiming that India's rise on the world stage under Modi is a mirage. And it even said that in the US and the UK, Modi ranks 23 and 26 out of 35 popular foreign political leaders. In fact, Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin are placed above him. Any response on this report, any reaction? Thank you.
Okay. Santosh ji?
सर मैं संतोष ठाकुर नवभारत से मेरे दो सवाल हैं सर। एक तो चीनी राजदूत की सर काफ़ी दिनों बाद नियुक्ति हुई है भारत में, उस पर आपकी प्रतिक्रिया। दूसरा सर, नेपाल ने काला पानी सहित 2 और स्थानों के जिनको लेकर बीच में विवाद था वो अपने नोट पर छापने का ऐलान किया, तो उस पर आपकी प्रतिक्रिया। धन्यवाद।
You wanted to ask a question?
So I'm from German TV. There are arrests of gangs operating in India, sending people to Russia, and eventually they are ending up in Russian army. So the question is that, is it a kind of a link to the Russian state, or what is your comment on that?
Let's answer these questions.
This is supplementary to this same question. Recently, there were action by CBI against some recruiting agents. So, is there any follow-up? Did you get any information on that?
Okay, Sudhi, so you have a... Bataiye?
Sir, there are reports that Indian workers in Israel are feeling exploited and deceived, they're regretting the decision because they're not getting the pay and they are being made to work for longer hours. So, have you heard any such thing, and if yes, what is Indian government doing?
Okay. So, Sudhi, first regarding your question about discussions happening. Yes, discussions are happening between India and Canada on some of the issues that I pointed out. We have been telling them that you are giving political space to separatist, extremists, and people who advocate violence. They are acting against India. We also have asked them to extradite several people. We have also conveyed our concerns regarding our diplomats not being threatened and not being allowed to carry out their functions. So on all these issues, discussion is happening between India and Canada. As far as the joint terror mechanism that you said, I understand that it is something that should be happening, but I don't have the exact details. But these are normal talks, normal exchanges that happen between two countries, security and counterterrorism. So I will have an update as to when exactly it is happening, but it is there in the offing. Gautam ji, regarding your visit, regarding Foreign Secretary's visit, yes, the relationship between India and Bangladesh is very special, as you know. It was Foreign Secretary called on the Prime Minister. He also called on the External Affairs Minister. All issues were discussed, and we gave a lot of importance in keeping with our neighborhood first policy to Bangladesh. India is the leading development partner, and also it's the largest trading partner of Bangladesh in the region. The visit of the Foreign Secretary will give a major boost to the partnership and impart a new momentum to this relationship as well. Pia, regarding your question, yes, I had said in my remarks when I talked about External Affairs Minister's engagement that development cooperation matters were discussed between the two leaders. Regarding the report that you're talking about, I have not seen any report, so let me first have a look. So, debt relief, these are issues which are part of development cooperation, no? Development cooperation, development assistance, they form part of that pillar of work. संतोष जी, आपका सवाल चीनी राजदूत को लेके था। चीन में हमारे राजदूत हैं और उनके अब नए चीनी राजदूत यहाँ आ रहे हैं, तो ये चलता रहता है। ये तो हमारे राजदूत वहाँ हैं, उनके भी राजदूत यहाँ होने चाहिए, तभी वो आप आदान प्रदान चलता रहेगा। नेपाल पे नोट को लेके जो आपने बात कही, उस पे विदेश मंत्री हाल ही के दिनों में भुवनेश्वर में शायद उन्होंने कहा कि ये जो मसले हैं, ये नेपाल और भारत के बीच में जो भी डायलॉग हमारे चल रहे हैं बाउंड्री को लेके, सीमावर्ती क्षेत्र को लेके, उसके तहत चल रही है, और कोई यूनिलैटरल एक्शन अगर लिया जाता है उससे ज़मीनी हकीकत नहीं बदलता है। तो ये मसला जो है दोनों देशों के बीच में बातचीत चल रही है। Regarding your question, we also understand that 4 people have been arrested who were part of the network which were duping people or misguiding them and sending them away on false promises and false contracts. 4 people have been arrested. CBI is investigating the matter. There are several others on whom the investigation is on, and hopefully we'll have better results soon. Huma, regarding your question about Indian workers, see, if there is any matter of consular nature, those are issues which our embassy handles. Our embassy is always in touch with our community, our professionals who are staying abroad, our diaspora, and as and when there are issues, the embassy looks into. So hopefully, now that you have told me, I'm sure our embassy is looking into all these matters. Enjoy, Abhishek.
So there's been a meeting between Tim Barrow and the EM. Can you tell us a little about the meeting, what happened? Also, sir, on the 24th of April, in 5 areas, in Chushul, at the Vasundhara Gap, at Dokala, at Gorala, and another place in the northeast, there have been 5 meetings between Indian and Chinese military personnel. So can you tell us if there is any forward movement?
Okay, Abhishek.
Sir, Abhishek Jha from CNN News 18 this side. My question is regarding this Tim Barrow NSA Tim Barrow meeting EM also. Did the issue of Khalistani or pro-Khalistani activist active in UK was also discussed? We know that India is also investigating some of the activists who participated in last year March attack on India House. So those issues were discussed or not? And my second question is Afghanistan Embassy's Consul General Mariam Wardak, she has stepped down. Also, there are allegations, in fact, that she was found smuggling a substantial amount of gold. You have any comment on that?
So, just in addition to the previous question, do you have any number of Indians who are trapped in Russia, in Russian army? And there are kind of reports in Punjab and other part of India. They are getting SMS to the family members, but we don't have any official confirmation how many people are there and what are their status. And also, this gang which is operating in India, do they have any link with the Russian state? What is your comment on that specifically?
Thank you. So first, coming to your question, this is not the first time that we are answering this question. We have said in the past that over 20 people have approached us who want to be released from the Russian army. We have taken up the matter with the Russian side, an investigation, and raided several places. As a result of that, 4 people have been arrested. I understand that investigation is on in other locations and involving other people and people who are into this into this business. So that is where we are. So 20 plus people who are yet to come back. We have successfully been able to bring back 10 people, and 4 people have been arrested so far here in India. Abhishek and Srinjoy, your question relates to the visit of UK NSA Sir Tim Barrow. The UK NSA is in India today. He is co-chairing UK-India strategic dialogue along with our NSA. As part of this engagement, the two sides, they've held extensive discussions covering all security issues. Also, the meeting focused around technology and security initiative, which will be a major bilateral mechanism to strengthen cooperation in critical and emerging technologies. So that is an important piece of discussion, an important piece of emerging collaboration between India and the UK. They also discussed bilateral issues, as I said, and also regional issues and global matters of mutual interest. This visit will give a major boost to the comprehensive strategic partnership that we have with the United Kingdom. As part of the visit, UK NSA also called on the External Affairs Minister, and they reviewed bilateral ties. They also discussed regional and global issues. Abhishek, Srinjoy, regarding a question about the 24th April meeting, there are several engagements that happen between the two countries, and these engagements are part of those ongoing talks. But we have been updating you on the WMCC process, and whenever we have military-to-military or diplomatic conversation with the Chinese side at the diplomatic level, we have been updating you on what's happening on peace and tranquility issues in border areas. Abhishek, your question regarding CG of Afghanistan, we have seen some reports regarding the incident that you highlighted. We also have seen the statement issued by the diplomat. Further than that, we have nothing to add.